Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to A Young Fire. My name is Tumi WMJ and thank you so much for joining me for today's video right here on A Young Fire. This channel is for young people who are on fire for God, people who are passionate about purpose, as well as enthusiastic about life and the future. If you believe you're like us, do ensure that you hit the subscribe button somewhere over here, as well as the notification button so you never get to miss out on a video that we post right here on this channel. If you're already part of the Fire fam, thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you for doing the most. Thank you for sharing, for liking, for commenting, for doing the most with this channel. I really appreciate you, and please don't stop. That's the only way we're gonna grow this channel and grow the family and make sure that we impact as many lives as possible. So without wasting any more time, I'm really gonna dive into today's video. Today's video is not like a pleasant one. It's something that I've really been trying to dodge, but I see that today we really need to talk about this, and there's nothing there's nothing anymore I can do to run away from it. So I really hope that you guys get to watch this video all the way to the end and get to hear my side of the story. So without wasting any more time, let's get into today's video. All right, I'm sure you guys can see by the title of this video what I'm going to be talking about. This is something that's been like hanging over my head over the past couple of months, about 18 to 20 months. So it's really close to a year, and yeah, I thought that I should talk about it so that you guys know my stance and know where I stand, and also to just give some people a bit of comfort in terms of this new trend and this new scam that's on the streets. And I really want to give people comfort, and I really want to also warn people, the people who are new, people who are just seeing my profile, seeing my pages for the first time, so that I can just give you some level of comfort and say, listen, this is what's happening here, and this is how you can of course protect yourself. So in 2019, like late 2019, I started seeing profiles on Facebook specifically that were using my pictures for selling Bitcoin. So the people would change the name, they would change their name, change their profile. They would be from Manchester. It's like those typical ones where they are like from Manchester, they are in the UK, but they are currently, or they are from Pretoria, but they are currently based in UK, and whatever the case may be. And this person was creating these posts, you know, this content, and I think the first name I ever saw was Tumi WMJ, and then there was like a Caleb Malesela Manamela something, and there was a couple of them, and I'll put some of them here just so that you guys can see some of the screenshots that I have. And hey man, there was a lot, and some you know, as the months progressed and I was doing other things, I would start seeing, you know, they would be taking the content, they would be taking my pictures, they would be selling. And then there was this one particular time that I was in the UK. So I was in London for like a week or so, and of course I was creating a lot of content, I was taking a lot of pictures, I was going to my favorite stores, I was doing like typical tourist stuff. And what they thought this was an opportunity to validate to a lot of people to say, listen, I do live in the UK and this is what I'm doing, you know. And that, then I really saw a spike, you know, there was a lot of them. This was now early 2020, and there was now a lot of these things and a lot of these profiles, and really, to be honest, I was shocked when I saw them. I was really shocked because I don't think I live a flashy life. I really don't think I do. I don't think that even on social media that I live a flashy social media life or whatever. I just post things, random things, things also that mean something to me, and that of course are not really in your face, you know. I don't even post in front of cars and like houses and whatever, you know. It's like I was shocked because I personally feel that, you know, there are people who are doing the most, like who are like high up there. You know, I don't even wear luxury brands, you know. I'm just making I'm making examples so that you guys can see why I didn't think that this was a serious thing. These guys, buddy bike. Anyway, so I didn't think that it was a serious thing, you know. I really thought that this was someone who's just wasting their time and who's just playing games, and they are not even really gonna get a lot of sales. They're not really gonna get anywhere with this little business. To my surprise, to my surprise, 2020 is in full swing. We are now in lockdown. We are in hectic lockdown in South Africa. We are sitting at home. And of course, I'm not really creating much content. So this person now went into like really good archives. They found pictures of me and my mom. They found pictures of me and my pastors when we maybe go out for dinners and all of those things. And when you're really dressing up and when you really want to look good, they would find those pictures. They would post those pictures. Like if maybe I go on a breakfast date with someone, like old pictures, you know. And the thing that was sad was now that my family is being brought into this, you know. My late dad was being brought into this. A lot of people that are dear to me, you know, my mentor and my pastor was now being brought into this, and it was like, okay, no, this person is really taking it a little bit too far, you know. But I still didn't pay mind to it because I was like, whatever they're doing, it's not gonna work, you know. They're not really gonna get far. But they were gaining mileage. They were really gaining mileage. More accounts were being created using these pictures. More accounts were popping up every other day. So it was gaining mileage. And in October, so around about this time last year, I went to Cape Town. So I was on like a young vacation. Of course, you know, vacations are vacation. You want to have a good time. You want to have, you know, you want to live a beautiful life. And that 4 or 5 days that I was in Cape Town was like a spree for them. They were on my stories, they were on my profile. So each and every single thing that I was posting, they were grabbing and they were posting on their profile. They were claiming that they're also in Cape Town. They were living the life that I was living that week, and their location would also say Cape Town. And man, I don't know, you can really know your story. You can be a clever, you know, you can think that you know what you're doing, but when you see something like that, it can really freak you out, you know. And now I was getting a bit uncomfortable, you know. Okay, went to Cape Town, came back, and then I did a young stint. I did a live on my Instagram, and I was like, listen guys, this is what's happening and this is what I'm seeing. And that little investigative stint that I did on these profiles, or these specific profiles that were happening in October 2020, showed me that, listen, there's a bigger thing here. It's bigger than just someone stealing your pictures, because these guys had a number, right? They had a South African number that they were using, that they had put on their profiles. And this number was, of course, on WhatsApp, but you couldn't call the number. So you can't call the number because the cell phone number is off, but you can call them on WhatsApp, and you can text them on WhatsApp. So I was like, but how did they do this? And I tried to check the number, and when I did check the number, on Truecaller, it was saved as the name Tumi WMJ at the time. So okay, cool. I check everything else. I now get this number, and I start talking to it on WhatsApp, you know. And the conversation didn't go far because this person is not used to this way of communicating. So there's a way they communicate, and they can already spot if this person is not communicating the way that they are not used to. So you will never have their number unless they speak to you. So by the time they give you their number, they've already sussed you out. They already know who you are. They already know what they're going to do with you. So by the time the conversation gets on WhatsApp, they are the ones who start the conversation, you know. So the ball is in their court all the time. They are the ones who are steering the conversation the whole time. So it was really hard for me to get to them, because I mean, they knew. As I came in, it was like a flag to say, why is this one here? And who spoke to this person and whatever. So I started doing some research on these scams, and I watched a couple of videos on YouTube. I watched a couple of people who had been scammed on YouTube, and some people who had gotten a breakthrough in terms of understanding the system and whatever. And this person had this particular video that I watched, and I'll leave the link in the description box so that you guys can also watch and just educate yourself a little bit on it. This person legit spoke about how these guys are like in a room, and there's a syndicate, there's someone who is dealing with them, there's a big boss who makes sure that these guys just sit there and do this full time, and they are able to backdate Facebook posts. They're able to create accounts in mass. They're able to come into your account, take whatever they're taking, block you, and then carry on with their lives. And what was the funniest thing for me was that they are able to even have numbers in a country that they are not in. So one of the things that I can tell you about this particular instance is that these guys are definitely not in South Africa. They're either in Ghana or in Nigeria. So I'm not a stranger to these countries. I know the people, I know the accents, I can tell. I can even tell sometimes if the person is from West or East Africa or those little things because of my exposure, you know. So I can tell you now that these guys are either sitting, they're sitting somewhere there. Let me not even say either. They are definitely sitting somewhere there, and they are not in South Africa. So it was really a red flag that these people were able to get a number. And I also found out later I also found out later that they don't only have one number, they've got more than one. So they've got a couple of numbers that they use, okay? So how they got the numbers, for example, is that they would just create ads on Facebook or whatever and make it look like they're looking for a runner, make it look like they're looking for somebody like a virtual assistant and whatever, and then they just tell them that, oh, I need a South African number because I need to transact and whatever, and someone in South Africa gets paid, whether it's 1,000 rand or however much, just to give them that number. And of course they'll give them strict instructions to say, don't trigger the number, don't do this, don't do that, I'll do that myself, put the number on WhatsApp, and then whatever, give me the verification code and all of those things. So they walk them through that whole process, and then once they're done with that, then they can just detach from that person and carry on with whatever they wanted to do. So coming back to the story then, I get to speak to this person, and this person gets to find out who I am and even tells me, they outright told me that, listen, we don't want any trouble, we just want to use these pictures, and even these pictures belong to us. So this person was like trying to make it out as if I'm crazy. So they would say stuff like, these are my pictures though, I was in Cape Town, I was at Steenberg Wine Farms, no, I was this, no, but this is me, you are the one using my pictures, I'm gonna take you to the police. And I'm just like, hey, aibo, Gashin. So finally, this person does block me, and yeah, now I don't have any contact with them. But then life carries on, and I'm just like, you know what? I put posts out, I put like a little statement thing out. So guys, please beware and don't fall for this, you know? Unfortunately, some people are still prey to it, because later on last year in 2020, later on in the year, around November or so, someone sent me Twitter DM and say, hi, I've been trying to contact you, and why did you deactivate your profile and 1 2 3 4 5? And I'm like, huh? No, I don't remember talking to him. Like, no, listen, I've got screenshots and I'm going to go to the police because, listen, this is not nice. I gave you my money. You told me that I must give you 7 days. It's been over 14 days. What's going on? And then in my mind, I'm like, phew, it has happened. And my worst fear has happened now. Somebody is losing money. And this person now says, for whatever reason, this person is like, you know what, it's understandable. When I now narrate the story to them, you know, I was like, listen, here's my number, call me, let's talk. And as I was narrating the story to them and narrating what I've been through, the person was like, actually, there were red flags there and I didn't see them, and I just let myself go, you know, I didn't see these red flags, I wasn't cognizant of them. And now I'm here, I was scammed 3K, and this is now what's happening, but it's fine. Life will move on, and yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm very sorry for your loss. Unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do, but yeah, so sorry. unfortunately, there is nothing I can do, you know? So, yeah. This thing passes and I'm just like, this was probably like a once-off. Hopefully nothing happens. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Probably I should start praying about this. But I'm also like, nah, but guys, this is not going to happen easily. Like, this is South Africa, you know? Like, you are vakar, you know? I would expect it. Like, Remo. But, yeah, we must be vakar for it. But then we weren't, you know? So, at the end of the day, what ended up happening is that more people kept coming. More people kept on sending me screenshots every other day. A week doesn't pass. Legit. It's true. A week doesn't pass where someone doesn't say to me, I saw this. People are inboxing me on Instagram, on Facebook. People are saying, hey, did you see this account? Hey, did you see this account? Half of the time, I can't even deal with the account because they block me, you know. They take whatever they take, they block me, and they block me the next time they come and do another raid and whatever. And there were times where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make my accounts private, nobody will be able to see that. But because of the nature of social media these days, with a private account, creating content like this and creating content with brands and all of that doesn't take your account far. And if your account is private, that is. And for a better part of 2020, I was not really able to do anything that works with brands and works with other people because like my reach was not as good as it used to be because I was now privatizing my account. My content is very limited. I'm no longer putting out content as much as I would have liked to because there's so many things that I have to really be cognizant of when I'm doing that, you know? So now it's 2021. The year is ramping up. We're good to go. It's been a while. My account is now public. It's been a while since this happened. And of course, because now I'm aware that these people block me, I would use one of my business accounts to be like, let me just check, you know, because I've got the names. So let me just check if they were able to get anything, you know, anything new, you know, and request some of my friends to help me report their accounts and whatever. And the more I would do that, the more I'd see, there's not really much activity, so I'm good. Until recently, where two more people sent me messages and they were like, listen, I want my money. They are just like, soek my shirt. And I'm like, no, Mapula, I can't. Because what am I supposed to do now? You know, this particular person who told me about 12K that they put in, and I think another one also had like a 3 or a 6K. And of course, they work in threes, so it's either 3,000, it's either 6,000 or 12,000. You know, they're just working in threes the whole time. And I remember saying to this person, I'm like, I can't help you. And of course, I'm not going to mention names, guys. I'm not going to say who the person is. But I remember saying to the people, no, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do. I put up a couple of stories on my WhatsApp and my Instagram. Everybody was laughing. I think it was because of the statue I used at the time. But I was just saying, no, I'm definitely not giving anybody any reimbursement because I was not involved. And of course, clearly, the names that are there are not my names. You know, it's Bonebo Vashan, Bonebo Chuku, whatever those names are, you know. So I made it very clear that I'm not going to be reimbursing anybody anything. Unfortunately, you made an investment willingly and you gave somebody money that you don't know. So I can't help you. So finally, we get to a point now where so now recently, I found another account. Now this account has my full name. It has my full name, it's got my picture, and it's got my content verbatim, word for word. And I'm like, I post about Christian content half of the time. I'm posting about the things that I'm doing in the ministry half of the time. How are you gonna start selling Bitcoin with this? And just by the way, I've got 2.6 million followers on that account. I hope you guys can see what I've got 2.6 million followers. I've got a lot of people who are following me. So I'm an influencer. It was a joke, but I was just like, yo, Jesus. And another thing that I forgot to mention, by the way, is that all of the time that we report these accounts to Facebook, right, I just get a notification from Facebook saying, okay, someone reported an account that's claiming to be you, and then it just responds and says, but we have since done our investigation and we've seen that this person is actually not you. And I'm like, are you looking at the pictures? Or what is the criteria that Facebook is using to look and see if this account is yours or not, or this account is a catfish or not? Because accounts that have clearly been catfishes that use my name, and not even my name, my pictures, I've received emails and that said, no, this person is not, you are talking dwak, basically. So yeah, that's one of the other things that really frustrates me with Facebook, because I would like to know what is the criteria that they use, because according to them, these accounts are legit. These accounts are everything that they should be. So it's really sad to see that. So yeah. So honestly, guys, I'm trying my level best. I'm trying my level best to make sure that I'm raising as much awareness as possible that any account that doesn't have a WMJ on it, or is none of these 3 accounts that are my official accounts, then they are not mine. They are not mine. And if anybody is asking me for money, please, 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 don't give your money. Don't invest your money in anything. I will never, ever, ever ask for money on any of the social media platforms. I will never ask for money. I will never ask for you to invest in anything. I made up my mind that I will never, even if I find the next big thing that is going to change your lives, I will never, because you will never know if it's real or not. You will never know if this is really me or it's not. So I'm asking you guys from the bottom of my heart, please guys, take care of yourself on the socials. Make sure that you put like 2-step verifications on your accounts. You know, make sure that when you're if your account is private, the people that you're accepting are the people that you want to consume your content. And for creators and people who are influencers and people who want to create content for mass consumption, make sure that you only put content that you want other people to consume. Don't put personal content, put where you put pictures of your parents, pictures of your family members, and people that you might not want to see their pictures on other platforms. Because the thing about the internet is that when you put up a picture there, man, it's fair use for anybody. So anybody can screen grab it and use it, and whatever the case is. So please guys, do ensure that you stay safe on the socials. And once again, this is confirmation and a declaration that I am not part of any of Bitcoin, Forex, binary options, or any of the other cryptocurrency trading platforms or whatever it may be. Please do ensure that you keep safe. I'm not going to be able to reimburse anybody who loses money, unfortunately, on these platforms from people who claim to be myself, or who use my pictures in order to attract people, or to attract customers, or whatever, or as a marketing gimmick, or whatever they call it. So please do ensure that you are safe. Please ensure that you are safe on the socials, you do the right thing. And for those people who are actually doing this, I would really request you guys to stop. If your business is that lucrative, if it's that good, you don't even need a face to it. You don't even need anybody to use as a masquerade for your business. So please do stop. Like, just stop. It's not funny anymore. It's actually very it's actually very uncomfortable. It's very cringeworthy. So please stop. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching today's video, and thank you for getting all the way to this part of the video. Please do give this video a thumbs up and give a comment in the section below about your experiences. And if you do know of anybody else who is going through the same thing, let us raise awareness as much and as far as possible about these scams. Until I see you next time on my next upload, have a good one.